So many of us have been staying home more often during the pandemic. It's certainly causing a lot of people to want to redecorate and change things up in their houses. Yes, I'm at this point now. I'm like, can I just redo everything?
Redo everything, I know. All right, if you ever thought about going darker or bolder on your walls, then check out this next story. Melissa Cole shows us a bold transformation in Newington.
Tracy Pinkalore of Newington wanted to completely redo her dining room, so she called upon Milford designer Katie Geddes.
So I knew I really wanted to get my grandmother's sewing machine in here, and I knew that we didn't want a formal dining room at all in this space. We don't really have a need for it. And this is the entrance to the house, so I wanted it to be bold and I wanted it to really stand out.
Here is the before picture. You can see the walls are light and the furniture is very neutral. Lots of light blues and grays. So this new room is a big change.
Going bold, you have to take risk, and with anything, when you don't take risk, there's not going to be much of a payoff. And they did. They wanted to go bold, so we worked together and trying to create something that was a little bit out of their comfort zone, but they're really happy with the end result.
So let's start with the wall color. What color is it, and how did you convince them to go this dark?
So this is by Farrow & Ball. It's called Hague Blue, H-A-G-U-E, and it's a real dark, deep, inky blue, but that also has some pigment, so there's some green undertones to it. So as the day moves on and the sun shifts, it actually does change color.
Let's talk about this gorgeous sofa.
Yeah, so this is from Anthropology. It's the Lionel sofa. I think they still sell it, but it's got a real sleek silhouette, kind of like a tuxedo sofa, but it's got really big, generous seats. So the focal point of the room, some may argue that it's the pink sofa or the dark walls, but it's actually a vintage piece that had been in her family for quite a while.
Okay.
She had said, is there anything that we could do with this sewing machine that was my grandmother had given me? It had been in my family for years. And so that really got stuck in my head, and I wanted to make it work. So I thought about, let's convert it to a bar cart. And so we had it refurbished and cleaned up, and so it serves to me as the focal point of the room.
Katie also suggests greenery in every room.
Not everybody has a green thumb, and they don't want to have to take care of it, or you don't have the accurate amount of light in the room. And so, yeah, definitely if you look around, in almost every corner there is. I got some trailing eucalyptus over on the side here, and this larger plant that brings the eye up into the corner.
And these aren't real?
No, that one looks so real, but
that one looks real. This one here also looks real.
Yeah, yep. You spend a little bit extra on the faux plants, but
they last forever.
Yeah, they do. They last forever.
So, in this room there are some high-end pieces and also some budget pieces, right? It's a little bit of a mix of both.
Yeah, I think with any room there budget high and low. In this room, definitely more on the high end, but there are pieces like, for instance, this pillow right here. This one's from Walmart, and the client saw that and she absolutely loved it, and it was a beautiful pop, point of interest here on the couch.
You would never know that's from Walmart.
Yeah, I know. It's from the Drew Barrymore flower line, and it was perfect.
Katie tied it all together by going bold in the entranceway too, painting the railing black and adding a patterned runner to the stairs. Homeowner Tracy loves it all.
Were you a little nervous about the color?
I was nervous, but Katie and I worked on a few projects, and I trust her, so I knew it was going to come out great. So.
And what do you love about the room now?
Oh, I love that we actually use it. We sit in here and we just kind of relax in here. There's no TV in here, so it's great. We've really just started to use this space. So.
And would you have ever thought you would have like a pinkish red sofa?
No, I wouldn't, or I wouldn't have thought my husband would have allowed one if I had, but we both love it. So.
And so special that you were able to salvage and refurnish your grandmother's sewing table?
Yes, this actually was sitting in my mother's basement for almost 10 years, so I was glad that we were able to kind of finally find the right space for it.
She wanted to go bold, and she wanted to do something eclectic and vintage in here, so she got it. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Very much so.
I always say it's almost like it's the kind of room that can bring the word parlor back. Like I love the word parlor, but I'm like, this room could take it back. You never know.
All right, designer
Really
Katie,
cool.
so yeah, really cool. She also says if you go bold on the walls and you don't like it, it's easy to go back, just repaint.
Yeah, it's just paint.
Just paint, right?
You can follow her for more design inspiration at KatieGeddesInteriors.com, and it's Geddes. So KatieGeddesInteriors.com.